Hello, more phenomenal friends. I really wish that there was a comic store near where I live so I could keep up with the comics by actually, reading the comics. But no, I've got to settle for the good old internet and spoilers that'll ruin it for when I actually do get comics. But this spoiler here, and I do warn you ahead of time, spoiler alert. This spoiler here is for the Ultimate Comic Book series. Now, back in, I believe, 2011, the Ultimate Comic Books, after the Hulk ultimatum, decided to kill Peter Parker off in the Ultimate Universe. And they did it beautifully with him finally taking down Green Goblin, saving Ant-Man, everybody else, everybody finding out who he is, dying in her arms. And walking away with Ben Parker in the end with him saying, "You done good, kid." And that was beautiful. Then I heard that they were bringing a new Spider-Man in, Miles Morales. Now, I had nothing against the Black Spider-Man, and honestly, for the actual few comics I could read, I like him. He's not bad. He's a good Spider-Man. I like him. Now, since those comics didn't do so well, they ended with the ultimatum, and apparently Miles is now in the mainstream Marvel universe, or he's going to be. I don't know. It's a little confusing, but at the end of the new series, Miles Morales, The Ultimate Spider-Man, issue 1, Miles is coming back to his apartment, to settle down and everything. He's still rummaging around through his stuff. Turns around and finds out that it's, lo and behold, Peter Parker, and he asks for his web shooters back. Okay, now, I have problems with this, and I don't have problems with this, okay? Let's start from the beginning. Problem one is, not problem one, I knew it was going to happen, whether it being, a clone or actually Peter Parker, faking his death so that he could keep his loved ones safe because the risks were just too high. I knew he was going to come back. I knew it. I mean, he died in 2011, it's now 2014, so that's about a good 3 years death. Just like in the mainstream universe, Doc Ock gave Peter back his body, and now we've got Peter Parker back as the Amazing Spider-Man. What bothers me on this is, I really thought that, with the Ultimate Comic Books, with the new Ultimate Now and everything, with X-Men and everything, every character they killed off, they never brought back. And I liked how Marvel, the Ultimate Marvel universe, did that. They stuck to what they did and everything. And now the first character to ever bring him back to life is Peter Parker through a clone or it actually being Peter. Problem number 2, yeah, like I said, if it's a clone or anything, that's kind of a pretty whack way to bring him back. After the epic glory that he had within the Death of Spider-Man book, and to bring him back with possibly him being a clone from the Clone Saga a few hundred issues back and everything, that is, how they're going to bring him back. What I do like about this, though, is maybe kind of like what they did with the Ghost Rider comic books. It was a Johnny Blaze and Daniel Ketch story going on at the same time. Maybe Peter can come back and maybe Peter decides to move to a new city, or maybe Miles decides, that's how he ends up going to the mainstream universe, and Peter takes over as being, of course, again, the Ultimate Spider-Man, swinging through, but he does not let his folks know he's alive. Another problem I don't have with this, with Peter coming back, and I don't think he's completely a clone, because he even says, "Yes, I died." So he knows he died. Clones would not know that. A clone would just think that they're the person and that they need to do what they're going to do. I don't really think the clone would be like, "Yeah, I died." I don't know. That's just what I think, but it could be untrue. Now, what I don't mind about this, even though I have a fact with him trying to resurrect characters and everything, is the Green Goblin, I thought, died at the end of Death of Spider-Man. It looked like he died. Peter slammed a truck on him, explosions, huge fight. He went down in a blaze of glory. But no, the Green Goblin's still alive. And that's why I don't have a problem with them bringing back Peter Parker, because Peter Parker was supposed to have finally finished him off, but he didn't. So, Peter does not deserve to die, because that death right there, even though he saved Aunt May and everything, that death is meaningless because he did not stop the Goblin permanently. The Goblin's still alive and can still wreak havoc. And in issue like 3, Miles goes up against him. But the only other problem I have with that is after that issue, you don't see Peter anymore. I'm not exactly sure, but what I've been able to find, you don't see Peter after that for a while. And I'm wondering why. And, is Miles going to tell everybody Peter's back? Is he going to keep it a secret like Peter asked him to? What's going to happen? I'd like to know. And like I said, yes, I'm a big, huge Peter Parker fan. And I like the fact that they're bringing Peter back. But I had no problem with Miles. And I still don't. I like Miles. And I was happy with Miles because in the mainstream universe, we got Peter Parker back. He's back. He's swinging through cities, so I'm happy. There's still one Peter Parker left alive. But now, even if it's a clone, and even if this only lasts a few issues, I think it's a bit of a cop-out, for the Ultimate Universe to try to see how people would react to having 2 Spider-Mans at once. And if they like it, they'll keep Peter. If not, they'll just say like he was a clone and that something happens and he ends up dying and all that. I don't know. But yeah, I'm not too happy because the Ultimate Universe is not sticking to their guns like they do with Wolverine, Nightcrawler, Beast, Hank Pym, Janet, Magneto, Quicksilver, Cyclops. All of them are dead, and they're still dead. Peter died, but it looks like he might not be dead. And like I said, if that's the way they're going to go with the Ultimate Marvel now, I have a feeling like in a few issues, maybe Peter will reveal himself and be back as the Ultimate Spider-Man in that universe. And that's when Miles is going to get transported to the mainstream universe where the other Peter Parker lives. And maybe he'll go to a different city or anything. Or if they have both Spider-Mans, that would be a cool Ultimate thing. You got 2 Spider-Mans at once. That means you could make the danger and everything bigger, more dangerous, more problems, more difficult, more challenging to take down the bad guys with 2 Spider-Man. And besides that, Ultimate Spider-Man Season 3 is going to start, and that is a good show. If you haven't seen it, I suggest you watch it. Season 3 is going to be called Web Heroes or something like that, but it's going to feature Noir Spider-Man, 29-9 Spider-Man, the armor-clad Spider-Man, a female version of Peter Parker, and Miles. So that's going to be cool. That'll be like the first time we've seen Miles besides in said comic books and everything. But, after them bringing in Miles and Miles being a really cool character, I hope Miles stays, and if he gets transported to the main universe, that's fine. And if they bring Peter back, hey, I'm good with that too. But I'm also, I'm like 50-50 on the fence. Like, yeah, there's reasons I believe he should get to come back. He did not take down Green Goblin once and for all. And it'd be cool to see him swinging around again. He's been dead about 3 years. And on the other half, I like Miles. He's not bad. I really like him. It's a nice little change, since Marvel's also, another spoiler alert, making Thor into a woman. Going to make Captain America lose his super soldier serum, and it's going to be put into Sam, the Falcon. He'll be the 3rd Captain America in the comic books. And they're probably going to do some more stuff too. I think they're trying to mix it up to get new people interested in everything, and I don't know. But I like Miles. So on the other side of the fence, it's also, well, why are you bringing Peter back? Even if it's a clone, why? You stuck to your guns so well, and you've dealt with people's fan rage. But I do know it's because the Ultimate Spider-Man comic books were the biggest selling Ultimate comics in the series, in the Ultimate series. They were the biggest selling comics. And even after Peter died, they were still doing well, and then they fumbled completely. That's why they went with the Ultimatum, and that's why now they're going with the Miles Morales, the Ultimate Spider-Man. Another thing too, it's a bit dark for my taste, but I like Miles' outfit. It's different from the original outfit, so he can let people know he's a different Spider-Man. And actually, even though I think he has more challenges, because even though he has a couple of new abilities, he's not as strong as Peter was. He's not as fast. He can climb walls and all that, and he has Venom Strike and can camouflage. And his spider sense isn't as good as Peter's. Peter could detect where danger was anywhere and get out of the way. Miles is only immediate danger. If it's immediate danger, it'll hit him. But if not, then it doesn't. So, anyway, those are my thoughts and everything. I like the fact that Ultimate Peter Parker might be coming back, But also, like I said, I'm 50-50 on the fence. I want to see how they pull it off. You know, since I knew they were going to bring him back, and I knew they were going to bring back mainstream Peter Parker. There's never been once that they have killed a character off Death of Superman where it's lasted more than 3 or 4 years and they have come back, except for in the Ultimate Universe with the other previous heroes. But yeah, what do you think? Are you excited that, you know, the Ultimate Peter Parker's coming back? Do you like Miles? I'd like to know. Leave me a comment. You know, share your opinions with me and everything. Because, you know, I'd really like to know them, you know, because I'm excited, but I'm not excited. You know, there's that fence, and I really hope that I can actually get my hands on these comics and actually start reading them. You know, just for the heck of it and everything. And, you know, are you guys still reading the Ultimate comic books? Do you think this is a good idea for them to do? Do you want them to bring Peter back, or do you want to keep Miles, or do you want them both like together as a team? That would be fucking sweet. Thanks for watching, and have a more phenomenal day.